can you take us through what we are going to have today? It looks like you're making something exceptionally nice.
Well, I'm just making chili bites, normally chili bites, which is one of the things that we normally eat with a soup or a boober and things like that. And then I'm also going to fry some samosas, and we made, there we go. Can I show you what we did? There we go. See there?
Yeah.
That is your chili bites that we're going to have later with our, when we break our fast. And then also we're going to have some boober. Some samosas. Is also going to fry the samosas.
Okay, and tell us what's inside our samosas today.
Our samosas is spinach, feta, chicken and corn.
Whoa.
And, oops,
Sorry.
so I'm so getting used to myself. And yeah, so the samosas we normally have, you know, especially at the beginning of the fast and because of the children, we normally have nice stuff for them to eat. Like we will make samosas and like as you can see the children saying, take stuff away to the neighbors and whatever, which is basically sharing and caring that we normally say, and it's part of the tradition.
Absolutely.
Very good.
So, I mean, your kids also must be, I mean, they're quite young, and how do you get them, you know, prepared also? Because I can imagine it's a mental thing, not just surviving a day without food. How do you get them trained?
They are all trained. They start to fast at the age of 7 years old. And fortunate for my children, they started at a young age at 5, which it wasn't a must, but they, you know, they started to fast at the age of 5, and so they get used to it. And if you grow up in a Muslim environment, especially with us living in Phuket, it's much easier because we are surrounded by Muslims and it's our tradition as it's part of our religion.
Absolutely.
So they are trained to fast because the religion consists of 5 pillars, the 5 pillars of Islam. And one of that 5 pillars is to fast in the month of Ramadan. It's obligated to each and every Muslim to fast during the month of Ramadan. Except now if you are chronically ill, or you're in your old age, or you are pregnant, certain conditions in your pregnancy that you can't fast. And also for a young woman, obviously, when 7 days of the month that you can't fast.
Now, can you take us, you know, for some viewers who may not know what a typical day looks like through this wonderful month, can you take us through a day of, you know, prayer and what happens exactly from the moment you wake up to the time that you go to bed?
Okay, from the minute I wake up, I get up, this is not me personally, I wake up, I go bath, and then I come down, then I prepare breakfast for my children, because now we eat before sunrise. And then 15 minutes before sun rises, we before the call for prayer goes off, we stop eating. What you do, you listen what your housely chores. You try to cut off just so that you can be more interact with the Almighty. This is the month that we are more interact. And at the end of the day, we ask the Almighty to grant us not only in the month of Ramadan, but every day of our life to do the things that we are doing in the month of Ramadan. And we ask the Almighty to answer our prayers. To answer our prayers that we as the Muslims, the Muslim Ummah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that we must uphold the deen of Islam, inshallah. So, you know, it's a preparation for us in this month of Ramadan to prepare ourselves for the rest of our life. And not preparing for the rest of our lives, but preparing ourselves for Akhirah, for paradise. Not for Jannah, for, like we would say, Jannah. It is paradise, to prepare ourselves for the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day of recreation. So I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful, and I completely understand. I can imagine, you know, it takes a lot from you, and it's a beautiful process that I think a lot of people need to find out about. You know? And can you tell us, during the month of Ramadan, obviously there's the lead up to Eid and the idea of family is very important there. Can you take us through why that important moment is there of eating together and sharing together for you particularly?
Well, for me, every day of my life is eating together. I've got to believe that, you know, supper time is quality time. And so much so in the month of Ramadan when everybody is fasting. So it is actually really nice if the whole family sits together and eat. Like my daughter is married. She doesn't live with me, but my youngest daughter wanted her here tonight. So we are having our family together. Which at the end of the day, it's so nice just, to have that family connection with each other. And we sit and we enjoy a meal together.
In just your lifetime, what would you say has been the best in your lifetime and your hardest moment during Ramadan? I'm sure there are times where it's really testing. Can you recall your personal best and your personal worst?
My personal best in the Ramadan was the last time I spent it with my mother. That's a Ramadan that I would never ever forget. It was the saddest and the best Ramadan ever. And the last Ramadan that I have spent with her, just having the memories of that Ramadan, it's amazing and I will treasure it for the rest of my life. The bad, I actually don't have any bad experience for it. I can remember like when I was very young, it was difficult as growing up and children teasing you. Yeah, you would stay without, you're starving yourself and things like that. But at the end of the day, you're growing up and you get angry with them. But further, I didn't have really any bad experiences where Ramadan is concerned. Like I say, a family that prays together, they stay together. And if you implement these 5 arkans of Islam, it's like as easy as it goes every day of your life.